welcome to Down to Earth. Our question this week is about invading Bermuda grass into areas where you might not want it. Bermuda grass is seen as a bane by many people, but it's planted in more new homes now, especially since they have more sun and younger trees. It is great for sun and it's very drought tolerant, so if you have a St. Augustine lawn with a lot of sun, it's harder to get it established and it takes more water. But this grass is very invasive, and that's why it does so well in our newer landscape. It's much lower care than the common St. Augustine lawns are. So it is a great grass for us to change from if we have enough sun in our yards. It comes back after virtual death. Last summer, my Bermuda TIF 419 died virtually to the ground. I thought it was dead, but it came back as soon as we got some rain in September. But if you don't stay on top of it and it's near your garden beds, it will invade into them. So you should never plant shrubs or multi-stem plants in an open lawn. Trees are fine, they have a single trunk, and you can get up next to them and get that Bermuda under control. So here we have a red yucca, a hesperella, which you can barely see, and so you do need to go ahead and just rip that all the way out and start over, unfortunately. If you do have this grass, Bermuda grass, near your beds and borders, you should be vigilant about keeping it under control, and glyphosate is the best product to do that with. So again, in this case, unfortunately, you do need to go ahead and pull all of that out, including the plant, to get rid of the Bermuda grass and start over. Our plant this week was suggested by viewer Robin Mayfield in Southwest Austin. She has a beautiful Oakleaf Hydrangea, Hydrangea quercifolia. And unlike the florist hydrangeas, it does very well here. It has large oak-shaped leaves, which is why it's named Oakleaf Hydrangea, that are 4 to 12 inches long. It has beautiful cone-shaped clusters of bright white flowers, and the color doesn't vary with our pH. It's a deciduous plant, and the leaves turn bronze in the fall and remain on the plant late into the fall and early winter. It's quite a large shrub with multiple stems, and it can get 6 to 10 feet tall and equally as wide. Morning sun is best for flowering, but it will take full shade, and the leaves will be the interest on that if you plant it in the shade. It's hardy to below zero, but it also tolerates our heat. But in the extreme heat that we had 2 summers ago and this last August, if it was planted in full sun, it would have suffered. It doesn't like wet feet, so plant it someplace where you have good drainage. But be sure to water it when we do have a drought situation. It's native to the southeastern U.S. and woodsy areas. So again, in full shade, the leaves would be very much larger and darker green, and it would have fewer flowers and be taller. To do in your garden this month, if like me, you don't fertilize your lawn too much and it does well on its own, fall is a great time even if you don't fertilize the rest of the year. If you don't have a cool season lawn such as fescue, your lawn is going dormant now. So a little fertilizer will help put it to sleep and give it the boost that it needs to wake up next spring. Lawn fertilizers are generally higher in nitrogen, and so the one that you want to choose this time of year would have a ratio of 3:1:2 nitrogen, phosphorus to potassium. We'd love to hear from you, so visit us at klru.org/ctg to send us your question or a plant of the week from your garden.